Iowa the Beautiful, that's how we all would like to think of it, but that's not the reality along our thousands of miles of highway. Andy Fales shows us what it takes to keep Iowa beautiful.
Iowa's rural landscape sometimes looks more like a landfill. Coming up next, Andy Fales rolls up his sleeves and digs for some facts on keeping Iowa beautiful. For outsiders passing through Iowa, it can make a bad impression. For those of us who live here, it's a daily eyesore. Although most of us notice roadside garbage, statistics show that very few of us admit to contributing to it or volunteering to help with the cleanup.
Channel 13's Andy Fales thinks the solution to roadside garbage might begin with taking a good, hard look at it. His story is new tonight at 10.
I don't even want to know what is in there.
Most of us have a stretch of highway in our lives, and this is one of mine. It's a mess.
Koozie from RJ's Bar and Grill in Kellogg, Iowa.
To be honest, I hadn't noticed until a few weeks ago.
Pepsi.
When a viewer who uses this same stretch of interstate emailed.
Burger King.
I said I'd do what I could, which wasn't much.
There's a shoe. Why is there always only one shoe? Where's the other shoe?
The truth is, Iowa's roadsides are in a terrible position. Buried in garbage and with only a distracted public and a cash-strapped Department of Transportation to turn to.
It can cost us around $700,000 a year statewide.
Annette Dunn makes no secret that cleaning up litter is the DOT's least favorite job.
It's taking away from the road maintenance that we can do.
And like the road work, garbage detail never ends.
I have some information on 6 months of the end of last year, and we picked up about 700 cubic yards.
That's about 70 dump trucks full, and we're talking the 12 central Iowa counties alone.
Our busiest area is up here at 30 and 35, and in an area like that, we could get 10 to 12 bags off one loop.
Let's put the DOT on hold and head back to the ditch.
Whew, this bag is getting heavy.
The view from 60 miles per hour doesn't tell the whole story.
Bud Extra? I've never even heard of that.
We tend to think of roadside trash as bottles and cans, but
about 2% of what you see on the roadside is deposit items. Most of it comes from packaging, fast food, plastics.
Jerry Schneff's group Keep Iowa Beautiful says that the litter comes in many forms, with cigarette butts and plastics making up the majority. Although we're phasing out tobacco, we're using more packaging than ever.
2002, 2003, we spent $13.5 million in public funds, taxpayer dollars, city, county, state government, federal government, in picking up litter and debris after people throw it away.
Roadside garbage is not just the most expensive kind, it's also the most worthless.
Yep, finally found a diet soda can.
There are plenty of recyclables, but when they go into the orange bags,
it goes to the landfill.
Not to the recycling bin.
It goes to the landfill.
It all joins Metro Waste Authority's Band-Aid on a bullet wound out on Highway 163. Director Tom Haddon's only consolation is that it's better here than out on the streets.
That makes a big difference in where you live and how people perceive your town and community. The first thing you notice, what do you notice when you come into a community? Is it clean or not?
Perhaps no litter is clean, but some sure seems dirtier than others. Back at the DOT, Jim Van Sickle has a prime example.
This is what we refer to as a trucker bomb, and that is urine in that.
The trucker bomb is a nationwide epidemic, graphic enough to prompt states to launch tougher campaigns to combat them, and prompting me to search for some answers. What's a trucker bomb?
Basically pee in a bottle.
Why would you have to do that? Because
they're lazy, don't want to go inside the truck stop.
You know, you can't just park a truck anywhere, and then, you know, if you got to go.
What do you do with the bottle, though, when you're done?
You're supposed to throw it away in the trash can.
Does everybody do that?
No.
Sometimes they throw them out the window.
Yeah, I heard that's a big problem.
It's a $10,000 fine in Oregon if you do it.
In Iowa, littering is a meager $70 fine, and that's considered to be little help in its prevention. 1.5% of litter-related tax dollars are spent on enforcement. 98% goes to cleanup, and prevention programs aimed at the root of the problem get almost nothing. Still, they've made a difference.
The best public service announcement that was ever done was the crying Indian. The tearful Indian, Iron Eyes Cody. And that started a change in people's attitudes.
People start pollution. People can stop it.
The Keep America Beautiful campaign debuted 41 years ago this week, and though it was a hit, you get the idea that the tears would continue today.
Oh my gosh, there's a mother goose sitting on a nest of eggs right next to all this trash I was going to pick up. That's kind of sad.
It's sad, but not hopeless. The Iowa DOT, Metro Waste Authority, and Keep Iowa Beautiful are working together, and you can help them in 3 ways. By reporting roadside littering to 888-NO-LITTR, by joining Adopt a Highway programs near you, and of course, by changing your own habits.
It's a part of developing the right character in people.
In about 100 yards of roadside, I filled 3 bags with garbage. I didn't find any trucker bombs, but found plenty else.
See that? That's one of the rarest things in the world, an empty container of Axe body spray.
My apologies for loading it all into photojournalist Brandon McCauley's nice, clean news car, but hey, we're all in this together, right?
I don't even want to know what this was used for.
Andy Fales, Channel 13 News.
Crews from the Department of Corrections are already out this spring helping with roadside cleanup. Currently, Adopt a Highway programs clean up about 3,000 miles of highway, but Iowa has more than 10,000 in all.
That was so interesting and
really
horrifying.
Informative and horrifying. And don't you get angry when you see it firsthand?
Oh, if someone is just throwing trash out their car window.
It makes you so angry when it happens like in your front yard, but when you think about all those stretches of highways, it just drives you crazy. And then he picked up a rubber glove, and I'm thinking, why wasn't he wearing a glove
Yes, that's
the whole
what I
time?
thought too.
It should have been Andy's glove.
Shoe.